Assalamu alaikum. In this video we will discuss the drugs that are used in the treatment of gout. That is, we will discuss the anti-gout drugs. First, we will classify the drugs. These drugs are classified into anti-inflammatory drugs, anti-inflammatory drugs, uricosuric drugs, and xanthine oxidase inhibitors. Anti-inflammatory drugs decrease the inflammatory reactions towards the uric acid accumulation. Uricosuric drugs increase the release of uric acid, while xanthine oxidase inhibitors decrease the production of uric acid. The anti-inflammatory drugs include colchicine, NSAIDs, and glucocorticoids. The uricosuric drugs are probenecid and sulfenpyrazone, while the drugs that reduce the production of uric acid, that are xanthine oxidase inhibitors, are allopurinol and febuxostat. Now first we will discuss the anti-inflammatory drugs that are used in the treatment of gout. Mechanism. NSAIDs such as indomethacone, it is effective in inhibiting the inflammatory reactions to acute gouty arthritis. These agents act through the reduction of prostaglandin formation. When prostaglandin formation is reduced, then inflammatory reaction does not occur. Furthermore, inhibition of the crystal phagocytosis by macrophages is also inhibited. Colchicine, a selective inhibitor of microtubule assembly, reduces leukocyte migration and therefore phagocytosis is also reduced, and this drug may also reduce the production of leukotriene B4 and decreases the free radical formation. Now we will discuss the effects of these anti-inflammatory drugs. NSAID and glucocorticoids reduce the synthesis of inflammatory mediators in the gouty joint because it reacts with tubulin and interferes with microtubule assembly. Colchicine is a general mitotic poison, and tubulin is necessary for normal cell division, motility, and many other processes. So it is a general mitotic poison. These are the effects of NSAIDs and glucocorticoids and colchicine, and in this way they play their anti-inflammatory role. Now we will discuss the pharmacokinetics and clinical uses. NSAIDs or the glucocorticoids are preferred for the treatment of acute gouty arthritis. Colchicine can also be used for acute gouty attacks. The doses required cause significant gastrointestinal disturbances. That is, colchicine can lead to significant gastrointestinal disturbances, mainly the diarrhea. Lower doses of colchicine are used to prevent attacks of gout in patients with a history of multiple acute attacks of gout. Colchicine is also of value in the management of familial Mediterranean fever, that should also be remembered. A disease of unknown cause characterized by fever, hepatitis, peritonitis, pleuritis, arthritis, etc., and amyloidosis, etc. Indomethacin and some glucocorticoids and colchicine are used orally. Parenteral preparations of glucocorticoids and colchicine are also available. Toxicity. NSAIDs can cause renal damage. Indomethacin can additionally cause bone marrow depression. Short courses of glucocorticoids can cause behavioral changes and impaired glucose control. Because colchicine can severely damage the liver and kidney, dosage must be carefully limited and monitored. Overdose of colchicine is fatal. This is about the toxicity of these drugs. Now we will discuss the uricosuric agents. Mechanism. Normally over 90% of the uric acid is filtered by the kidney, is reabsorbed in the proximal tubules. The uricosuric agents, that is probenecid and sulfenpyrazone, are weak acids, and these compete with the uric acid for reabsorption by the weak acid transport mechanism in the proximal tubules, and thereby increase the uric acid excretion. Therefore, these drugs increase the uric acid excretion in the urine, and therefore decrease the levels of uric acid in the body. At low doses, these agents may also compete with the uric acid for secretion by the tubule and occasionally can elevate rather than reduce. It should be remembered that at low doses, these agents may also compete with uric acid for secretion. These drugs inhibit the secretion in the lumen of the tubules and occasionally can elevate rather than reduce at low doses, and therefore serum uric acid concentration can be elevated at low doses. Elevation of uric acid levels by this mechanism occurs with aspirin also, that is a weak acid over much of its dose range. So aspirin can also increase the levels of uric acid. Aspirin can also increase the levels of uric acid in the body. Effects. Uricosuric drugs inhibit the secretion of the large number of other weak acids, including penicillins, methotrexate, etc., in addition to inhibiting the reabsorption of uric acid. Therefore, the lives and the actions of penicillins and methotrexate is increased. Now we will discuss the xanthine oxidase inhibitors. Xanthine oxidase inhibitors have the following mechanism of action. Here you can see xanthine oxidase. Usually hypoxanthine is converted normally into xanthine, which is converted into uric acid. It occurs in the presence of this enzyme xanthine oxidase. For these both steps, xanthine oxidase is required. What alloxanthine and febuxostat do? These drugs bind with these enzymes and inhibit these enzymes, and therefore uric acid is not produced. Xanthine and hypoxanthines are produced, and these are more soluble in urine and are excreted through urine. Xanthine oxidase inhibitors, as we have already discussed the mechanism of action of xanthine oxidase inhibitors. Allopurinol is converted to oxypurinol alloxanthine by xanthine oxidase. Alloxanthine is an irreversible suicide inhibitor of the enzyme. Therefore, it irreversibly inhibits the xanthine oxidase. The newer drug febuxostat is a non-purine inhibitor of xanthine oxidase and is more selective than allopurinol and alloxanthine, and it inhibits selectively the xanthine oxidase and does not inhibit other enzymes that are involved in purine and pyrimidine metabolism, which are inhibited by this older drug allopurinol. Effects: when the xanthine oxidase is inhibited, concentration of the more soluble hypoxanthine and xanthine are increased, and therefore these are easily excreted through urine. As a result, there is less likelihood of precipitation of uric acid crystals because less amount of uric acid is present in the body, and therefore gouty arthritis is decreased. Febuxostat is more effective on the basis of clinical trials than allopurinol in lowering the serum uric acid. This is all about the effects of xanthine oxidase inhibitors. Here you can see that after taking diet, the purines, and after the metabolism of nucleic acids, purines are formed. Purines are converted into hypoxanthine through this xanthine oxidase. Hypoxanthine is converted into xanthine by the help of this enzyme, and xanthine is converted into plasma uric acid. Here also the xanthine oxidase enzyme is required. Allopurinol irreversibly inhibits the xanthine oxidase enzyme, while febuxostat reversibly inhibit the xanthine oxidase enzyme, and therefore uric acid is not produced. Xanthine and hypoxanthine are released through the urine because these are more soluble in the urine. Therefore, no urate crystals are now deposited in the joints and gout is relieved. Pharmacokinetics and clinical uses. Xanthine oxidase inhibitors are given orally in the management of chronic gout. It should be noted that these drugs should be given in the chronic gout. Like uricosuric agents, these drugs are usually withheld for 1 to 2 weeks after an acute episode of gouty arthritis and are administered in combination with the colchicine or an NSAID to avoid an acute attack. These drugs can precipitate the acute attack. So to prevent this acute attack, we use colchicine and NSAIDs along with these drugs. Allopurinol is also used as an adjunct to cancer chemotherapy. Why? Because in case of cancer chemotherapy, uric acid formation occurs from purines that is released by the death of large numbers of neoplastic cells. So uric acid formation is decreased when we give the allopurinol during cancer chemotherapy. Toxicity. The toxicity of allopurinol includes gastrointestinal upset, rash, and rarely peripheral neuritis, vasculitis, bone marrow dysfunction. Bone marrow dysfunction includes aplastic anemia, and it inhibits the metabolism of mercaptopurine and azathioprine, the drugs that depend on xanthine oxidase for their elimination. Febuxostat can cause liver function abnormalities, headache, and gastrointestinal upsets. This is all about the xanthine oxidase inhibitors. Thank you for watching.